Now, dual wielding two 308 caliber revolvers sounds like a great way to break your wrist, but it turns out that here in zombies, it's actually a great way to hit some absolutely lethal numbers on your enemies. The new Warden Badlands kit is pretty good all on its own, but it has a few secrets that you need to be aware of, because otherwise you may be nerfing your weapon's performance and damage without even realizing it. Today, I'm going to go over all the stats and best attachments to run on this new Badlands kit, give you some recommended augments to go with it, and go over this weapon's unique interactions before taking it up against Caltheris to truly put this weapon's damage to the test. If you want to see more weapon reviews like this in the future, a quick like, comment, or sub goes a long way in the algorithm, and it tells YouTube that this is a video worth showing to more people. Regardless, I thank you for being here. Now, let's jump on over to our loadout and go over our brand new Badlands Revolver build. Alright, and here we are in our pregame loadout. Let's go ahead and take a look at this new Warden 308 Badland kit. So this is the new weekly reward that changes the Warden 308 from a marksman rifle into a lethal handgun. And this right here is what I believe to be the best possible attachment setup you can run in zombies. And there is some very important things to note about our fire mod selection here, because it might seem weird, but I'll get to that in one moment. Let's go over our other attachments. Starting with our optic, I'm running 0 optic because I think it looks good, but if you want to run an optic, you totally can. It's up to you. We're not going to be using it very often since we are dual wielding, but if you want a little bonus to your recoil gun kick, you can go with one of these higher magnification scopes. For the muzzle, you're going to want to go with the mobility spread muzzle. This one right here will give you a 21% increase to your hipfire accuracy, which is very important on this dual wield handgun because you have to be hitting headshots for it to be effective. Now for the barrels here, we actually have 3 brand new unique barrels for this Badlands kit. You can't use any of the old ones. You have to use one of these 3 new ones, in which we have the spiral, which gives us damage range. We have this one that gives us fire rate and handling. And then we also have this one that gives us a location damage multiplier of about 4% to the head, neck, and upper chest. You may think just to go with the admonish barrel and get that 4% extra damage, but I actually think the spiral barrel is the way to go here because it gives you a massive damage range bonus, which is very important on this weapon because its default range with the Badlands kit is actually terrible. In terms of damage ranges, you really want to avoid this 3rd damage range. It's not a big deal if you end up in the 2nd damage range. You only lose a very small percentage of your damage, but this 3rd one actually nearly halves your damage. You'll end up losing half of your damage if you're fighting beyond 13 meters. But if you go ahead and use the spiral barrel, it increases that to 17 meters, which I think is very important, actually more important than the 4% bonus you get from the admonish barrel. For the magazine, there is a 6-round fast mag, which gives you reload quickness, but I actually highly recommend you don't use this because it will reduce your pack magazine capacity per weapon from 16 all the way down to 12, and only gives you about a 5% reload quickness bonus, so it's almost not even noticeable. All in all, don't use this fast mag, just stick with the default magazine. For the comb, obviously we're using the revolver conversion. That's the whole point of this video, in which it gives you a bunch of handling mobility and better hipfire spread, but it does nerf your damage range pretty bad. As I mentioned earlier, it absolutely destroys your damage range, and it also says it nerfs your damage, but that's actually not true. The damage is the same, so maybe that's a multiplayer thing. It also says it nerfs your fire rate, but it literally nerfs it by 2%. So you're not even going to be able to tell that it's shooting any slower, so that basically isn't a nerf at all. Moving on to the rear grip, we are going to be using a sprint to fire speed grip because again, we're using dual wield, so ADS speed is completely useless on this weapon. Just go with sprint to fire speed for the best mobility. And as I just mentioned, for the stock, we are using the dual wield akimbo attachment, so make sure you select this one so you can have one gun in each hand. And then for the laser, since we are dual wielding, we want as much hipfire accuracy as possible because we do need to be hitting those headshots. So go with the steady aim laser for that 14% increase to your hipfire accuracy. Now finally, moving on to our fire mods, this section is actually very important, so I recommend you don't skip over this next part. A lot of people are going to instantly assume that the MFS snap trigger is actually the best spot here because it gives you a massive 74% bonus fire rate, which I have to admit is a massive DPS increase. You're firing almost twice as fast with this attachment. But there are 2 very important things you need to note and why I highly recommend that you do not use this attachment ever. The first thing being your damage range gets absolutely destroyed when you use this attachment. As you can tell, we went from 17 meters all the way down to 9 meters in that third damage range. So you're actually going to be losing half of your damage if you're shooting at anyone farther than 9 meters away. And while some of you might be saying, well, I know to be mindful of my damage range, I'm not going to be trying to snipe zombies with it. To that, I say there is one very important thing that you need to know. And that is, in your game, you can get that fire rate bonus for completely free with no damage range nerf just by pack-a-punching the Warden 308. If you guys don't know, the Warden 308 has a unique pack-a-punch ability in which it actually gains the benefits of the MFS snap trigger, including that reduced trigger delay and increased fire rate for completely free with no downsides in your game simply by pack-a-punching the weapon. So using the snap trigger here actually, one, completely nullifies that buff because you already have the fire rate increase, and also hurts your damage ranges by so much and will be cutting your damage in half beyond 9 meters for literally no reason, because you can get this fire rate simply by pack-a-punching your weapon, which you usually do in your game by the time you reach, what, round 7, 8, 9? I actually just discovered this literally like half an hour ago. I didn't even know the Warden 308 had that ability, but yeah, you get that fire rate bonus for free just by pack-a-punching the weapon. With all that being said, I highly recommend you use the FMJ attachment, because this one will give you increased penetration power, so when you're firing into big crowds of zombies, you can carry that damage through that crowd more and technically deal more damage per shot. So with all of that very important information out of the way, this is what I believe to be the best build. Here's the build code on your screen right now. I'll also have it in the top of the description so that you can copy it and paste it straight into your game. Finally, let's go ahead and jump into Astra Malorum and take it up against the final boss, Caltheris, and see just how fast we can put her down with this new Warden 308 Badlands Kit. All right, and here we are in the game on Astra Malorum. Let's take a look at these things. Look at that. That is a big handgun, bro. That would actually break your wrist firing this thing. I don't know, though. I'm a Destiny player, so something about massive, high-caliber revolvers just gets me going. Yeah, see, there's that damage fall off. And that's even with the long barrel I have on right now. If I had the snap trigger on, I'd be running into that fall off every other kill. By the way, on my Juggernog perk, I am using the Retaliation Minor Augment, just to let you know. So I am going to be getting random damage increases. See, look, we're doing 420 base damage, but when I get hit like that, I'm now doing 525 base damage. While I'm waiting for Oscar to show up, though, let's go ahead and get Pack-a-Punch. Because again, remember, we are about to get that giant fire rate bonus from the snap trigger for completely free without actually reducing our damage range. We have 8 rounds in each gun, and I think the total reserve was 100, something around 100 like that. But take a listen to our max fire rate real quick, okay? That's firing both weapons at the same time, and I don't have double tap. Well, let's go and get Pack-a-Punch, right? There we go. We now have 16 rounds in each gun with a total of 192. But the important thing to note here is take a look at our fire rate now. Look at how much faster that is. And if you pay real close attention to detail here, you can also notice that there is no more trigger action delay. So you hear that little click before when I used to fire, it would go click, boom. It's just boom. It just fires instantly as you click the trigger. So yeah, that's literally both of the benefits of the snap trigger prestige attachment. Our current damage at max value without retaliation is 614. And if you remember, when we equipped the MFS snap trigger, we were dealing half damage to zombies that were farther than 9 meters away. So if I go ahead and mark a zombie like that, wait for retaliation to fall off, and then I shoot him in the head, 590 damage. That's not half damage. That's that little percentage increase from damage range 1 to 2, but it's not us entering that third damage range, which means we actually still have a shit ton of range on this weapon. So now we have all of the benefits of our MFS snap trigger attachment with none of the downsides. That's why equipping the attachment prior to your game is actually a big mistake. And I really want you guys to be aware of that, because that's a mistake I was making literally yesterday. It's not something that's very well known about this weapon, and if you're not aware of it, you're actually nerfing yourself. I'm also going to go ahead and put Shatterblast on my weapon already off the bat. Shatterblast is going to be very effective against Caltheris, the final boss, because we have the Augment Blast Through on our Shatterblast, which you should also be running on your Shatterblast, especially if you're playing against Caltheris, because it makes you do 40% extra damage to armor. Okay, there we go. It wasn't too bad. I just had to use my field upgrade. Dude, please stop. Holy. Is there like more or something when you're doing a TED task? Is there more fucking nukes going off? There was like a nuke landing on top of me every second. Why were there so many? Also, a very important part for this weapon. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy it earlier in the game because I need the Wonder Fizz, but it's actually Deadshot Daiquiri. Deadshot Daiquiri on this weapon is very important because, again, like I mentioned earlier, it's a very critical damage-based weapon. So having the major augment dead head or dead first actually is very, very good too. Will give you massive bonuses to your critical damage and just make this weapon much more lethal. And then for your minor augment, make sure you go with dead draw so that we can get a better hipfire spread. More hipfire accuracy means more headshots, which means more damage. Dude, this thing might actually fire insanely fast with double tap. I don't think I've really tried it with double tap yet, because just with its unique pack-a-punch fire rate bonus, I mean, it's already firing way faster than it really needs to. And I actually just got double tap for a free perk there. Speak of the devil, I was just talking about you. Let's go ahead and take a look at our fire rate now. Oh my god. Dude, that is insane. That is insane. Now, obviously, on double tap for my minor augment, I'm using double time. That's why it's firing so much faster. So make sure you go for that too, because I mean, that's just a flat DPS increase. I mean, that's a necessary augment there. And then for my primary augment, I am using double impact, so I can get 50% more damage on every other shot. That's going to be very good for the boss fight, including double time. That'll also be very good for the boss fight. I have a feeling she's going to get absolutely shredded by this thing. There we go. There's pack 2. How much damage are we doing? 3,700 to the head at base. Actually, that's not true because retaliation activated. Wait, I have to wait now. Yeah, 2,970 to the head at base, not 37. Wait, I'm about to fail. I'm about to fail. I have to use this so they stop attacking it. Oh my god, I was very close to failing that. Wow. I think there was just a Ravager beating the brain up the entire time. I don't know if that field upgrade actually clutched like I think it did or if I got lucky, but I don't care as long as it's done. Ooh, double points. I'm taking that. Oh, and oh my god, and a bonus points. Now, this weapon might struggle with this next step because I do have to shoot these little drones. I don't know. It's one-shotting, so hold on. Unless that was 2 bullets that landed there. Is it a one-shot? Oh, it is a one-shot. Okay, never mind. It's not going to struggle. I was concerned that because it's not doing critical damage to the drones, I thought it was, like, going to struggle killing them. Yeah, and it's super accurate. Yeah, we're fine. This is easy.
That little bugger isn't going to catch itself. Nope.
Wait, what?
Anyone else deeply displeased?
I hate this thing. I actually fucking hate it. Oh my god, what's he doing? Why is he going back and forth? Oh my god, and then he takes off this way? What the hell? What? Yes! Oh my god. I actually thought I wasn't going to get him that time. Wow. Alright, Easter egg complete on round 24. I've definitely had better runs. I've had much better runs in the past, but good news is we are almost done gearing up, so we won't have to grind points for very long. Look at that, one-shotting the armored zombie to the head. Actually, that was surprising. I also did this entire main quest without speed cola, which is very surprising because this weapon does actually reload slow. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Maybe get speed cola a little earlier into your game than I did. Oh no, not hold the location, bruh. Don't make me do this. Oh my god, and this guy's here? Oh my god, I might actually get killed doing this TED task. Oh my god, we're not even at purple tier yet. I'm gonna die doing this. 100% the worst TED task in human history. Look at this shit. Look, like, how, oh my god, how did they expect you to do this? Best part is decoys don't actually work either because I'm getting hit by good old Asuka. So all the zombies are attacking me anyways. Even the decoys aren't able to save me. Oh my god. Holy shit, man. That might have been the hardest thing I've ever done in zombies. Oh, I got a ray gun for it though. You know what? Appropriate reward, actually. I'm fine with that. I will take that. I got a ray gun Mark II for that. I'm dead though. I'm actually dead. Holy shit. Dude. Okay, give me this. Switch to my fucking pistols and give me the ray gun. Please get me out of here, please. I never want to be over here ever again. Next, I got to go to the arsenal machine and get legendary rarity on my Badlands Kit Warden here. So now it is completely maxed out here on standard mode zombies. How much damage are we doing to the head? 15,000 to the head at base, it looks like. Yeah, this thing's shredding now. All right, there we go. We got the first part done. Now we get to test the actual damage of the Warden here. Let's go ahead and whip these out. Oh, her crit spot's open. Okay, now we can see the real damage of this weapon. Get in somewhat close, not too close though. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh shit, that hurt really bad, but she's getting hurt too. Because I don't have armor, so her attacks are dealing like twice as much damage. There we go, there's one plate. All right, come on over here. There we go, there's another good chunk. And there we go, there's phase 1 done. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. It took quite a few magazines, of course, because it only holds 16 rounds in each gun, so you do have to reload quite often. Make sure you have speed cola. But the actual raw DPS of each magazine is insanely good. Holy shit, that fire rate is so fast. Oh, there's the crit. Oh, wow, I just did a lot of damage there. I was doing like 7,000. Oh, wait, I think our damage is getting nerfed now. I'm only doing like 3,000. I think my damage got nerfed for a second there, but we should be good now, right? Oh, no, it is still getting nerfed. It's going from like 7,000 at the start of the magazine to 3,000 at the end of the magazine. Oh, why'd you just get like deleted from existence? That was weird. Oh, we should get some infinite ammo reserve in a second here. Actually, I'll go ahead and use free fire on this thing. All right, so now we can shoot infinitely. Holy shit, okay, now the recoil's hitting. Oh, I'm trapped in a corner. I gotta use this. I'm actually stuck in this little corner. Can't get out. Stuck in this little corner. Can't get out. Please let me out. Oh, there's her crit spot, though. There we go. Oh, there's some good damage there. I might die, though. No, we're good. We did it. Holy shit, I can't believe I survived that. Thank God for free fire, because I definitely would have died there if I didn't have free fire. Yo, that was bad. Don't ever stand there, by the way. If you're fighting this boss, I was genuinely trapped so bad right there. The only way I was getting out of that scenario was either killing her or I get killed. But yeah, there we go. Took out Caltheris. Pretty damn easy, I would say. That was pretty quick as well. Actually, the longest part of that whole fight was doing the intro to the fight. Oh my god, these guys are having a feast over here eating these legendary guns in the ground. They can't resist. Round 30. Let's go ahead and try it out on round 30, and I'll extract on round 31. And just call it a day. But here on round 30, with the maxed out Warden Badland, we are still one-tapping zombies, just like that. Was that 29,000 I saw in there? I mean, it's impossible to tell because I'm just penetrating through the horde and killing like 50 zombies with one bullet. I think it's either 25 or 29,000 is our max damage there. I guess I can take it up against the boss, which I believe is an Uber Kluas, right? But I am actually going to switch back to Blast, Shatterblast, because of Blast Through. It'll be very effective against Uber Kluas here. Come on out, Uber Kluas. Let's see what you got against the Warden 308 Badlands Kit. Let's see it. Ready? Let's go ahead and break that. Actually, just broke both instantly. If I shoot slow. There we go. I got some headshots there. 23,000 to the head. What about on the little guy who flies out? Yeah, he's dead in literally 4 bullets. I mean, we knew that was coming. He doesn't have very much health, and he has a giant crit spot, so yeah, he died in 4 bullets. Successful exfil on round 31, got the main quest done. Caltheris got absolutely shitted on. Regardless, thank you for watching. Don't forget, do not use the MFS snap trigger. This is actually nerfing your damage, despite whatever this detailed stats tells you, because you get that buff in-game for free just by pack punching the weapon, so do not equip this. But other than that, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.